Alright guys, welcome back to another operaomnia video where I am going to be talking about my pull plans for the month of May for global operaomnia. I'm going to go through each of the characters that is going to be coming out for this month and kind of give a brief description about them just based off of my knowledge, since I have been playing the JP side of operaomnia for what, 2.5 years now, something like that. So I'm going to give a semi-brief description about them, make it short and sweet, and kind of decide like right here and then, like, what am I going to do? If I'm going to use tickets, am I going to skip, am I going to use gems, etc, etc. So either before or after this video, let me know what your guys' pull plans is going to be for this month. Which ones are you going to be skipping? Which ones are you undecided on? Which ones are you going in with gems? Let me know in the comment section below. And as always, if you do enjoy the video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for future content. Guys, we are almost at 2,000 subscribers, and I plan on doing a nice little giveaway once we reach 2,000 subs. So if you do enjoy the content, consider subscribing. It'll definitely help me and help the channel grow, and it's your support will be greatly appreciated. Let's talk about the first character, which is going to be Deuce. Now, Deuce is getting her LD with the Mediterranean Lost Chapter. Now, Deuce, I talked about this in my in-depth showcase about her, but Deuce is basically a magic supporter. She is more leading to supporting magic characters, magic units that are more offensive. So it's like offensive type buffs is what I consider Deuce to be in terms of supporting them. So for me, myself, I will probably throw maybe 50, maybe 100 tickets. I don't believe they announced a free pull for Deuce. I think that's going to be once we hit mid-May. So I will throw 50 to 100 tickets for her. If not, then I believe she does return on one banner in the future. I don't remember which one exactly, but I know that her LD was reprinted once. So if I miss out on her now, I'm not gonna be missing out on too much on her, because I have other units that kind of do a little bit more than what she is offering with her LD aura and all that other good stuff. So I'll probably throw some tickets at it, but I'm not gonna go too crazy on it. I'm trying to kind of extend the amount of tickets that I got going on from last month, because last month wasn't too bad, since I have been saving gems throughout the entire month of April, which I did just fine. So I'm hoping that I can do the same, at least until we get to mid-May. So I'm gonna throw some tickets for Deuce and see what happens. Next up is gonna be Mog. Now Mog, I'll be honest with you guys. Mog, even though I did pull for his kit when he first came out in JP, I was not overall impressed with his kit. You know, I think one of the biggest things that I feel like they didn't give him was the ability to do water enchant / imperil, because like his attacks are water based. Well, I think like one or two. I think all of them are. So his attacks are water based. He does provide some support. He is a bit of a healer as well. He does have Asuna, if I'm not mistaken, on his LD ability, if I'm correct. But overall, though, I mean, he's not really bringing too much to the table. I mean, he's okay at best, but he's not a character that I'm really going to be going ham for. So I'm probably going to treat Mog the same way that I'm going to be treating Deuce, and I'll probably throw about 50 to 100 tickets, but that's about it. I think without having Mog in my roster, I think I'll be just fine, because like I've very rarely really used Mog on my JP account. So I don't think I'm going to be going too crazy on Mog this time on my global account. So I'm just gonna, just throw some tickets here and there, but that's about it. So because his kit it doesn't stand out, like some other characters. So yeah, I'm gonna be throwing some tickets for him, but I'm not gonna be going too nuts for him. Next up is going to be Garland. Now Garland, I have so much to say, but of course I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. Garland, once he gets his BT weapon, he becomes a beast. And later on, when BT Plus era arrives to global, he does get a BT Plus. I think, about a month or so in, when BT Plus was released in JP. And he he becomes a bigger beast. His BT effect is amazing. He has a delayer. He does damage, especially if you put the right team count together with Garland. You got yourself an amazing, strong, hefty DPS character, and it's one that I personally would probably tell you guys that he is one to definitely not overlook, because he is very strong. He is a good character. I did not think that he was that good until I pulled his BT weapon. I think I got lucky with his BT weapon on JP, and my God, the BT effects from his BT weapon is insane. Like, real quick, we can look through it. It's a 6-turn burst effect. He gets an increase, or gives an increase to brave damage dealt up to 50%, HP damage dealt up to 30%, increases maximum brave damage limit up to 40%, stolen brave overflow limit 40%. It's nuts. It's crazy how good of his burst effect is. So it's definitely one that I'm not going to be avoiding anytime soon on global. So I am going to be using gems for Garland. I actually do need to pick up his LD, because at the time when his lost chapter came through, I did not have the resources to pull for his LD weapon, so I'm gonna have to pull for 2 things when this arrives on global. But I am definitely going in with gems. I am going to hopefully not have to pity. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, like, there's nothing else for me to say about Garland other than he is a very strong character and one that I will not overlook for. But I will talk about that whenever we get closer to his release, because there is plenty to say about him. Next up is going to be 7. 7 is going to be released alongside with Garland. 7's kit, I think she gets a rework. I can't remember, but we're just going to go off of her LD weapon. Her LD weapon is... it has some stuff in it that I don't know. It kind of has like a mix of a bunch of stuff. So, like, basically, she offers overflow to the party. She offers an attack up to the party. She increases the brave and HP damage dealt by 20% to the party. She also has a follow up with her LD ability as well, which deals brave and HP damage to all enemies based on 70% of her own attack. So obviously with that, you got to give her like 108s and, maybe some attacking spheres, or spheres that have like an attack increase. And then, but overall, like, for my experiences with 7, like, she's not bad of a unit. She's kind of there for more utility wise, instead of like somebody that is there to do damage. She's not a damage dealer, but like, she'll do something. She'll do some damage, but not anything too crazy. She is fun to use, though. I will say that. She is definitely very fun to use as a character. And I was unable to get her LD at first, but when it got reprinted, she was pretty fun to use. Even as an LD call, I believe let me see. As an LD call, it's, I forget what she gets out of it. Let's see. Becomes a city increase on probability. Oh, the LD call. Okay, the LD call is not really all that, so I take that back. I must be thinking about somebody else. So in general, like, as a unit for her, even though she may not seem like she does like, or doesn't do like a whole lot. For me, myself, I will probably throw some tickets at her. I'll probably throw like 100, maybe 150 tickets to try to get her LD ability. But I'm not going to go too crazy, knowing that her LD does come back in the future. So, but overall, though, if you are wanting to have somebody who does some follow-ups, who provides a little bit of party auras to the party, and is also a debuffer, then, she is one to consider picking up. But she's not like a mandatory, like, you need to pick this up. She's just somebody that you can use just for fun shenanigans, and stuff like that. So I'll throw about 100, 150 tickets depending on my ticket stash, and so on and so forth. Next up will be Yang. Now Yang, I know he gets a rework. I know he gets his LD weapon. His LD weapon, basically, to sum it up, is whenever somebody acts, he will follow up with a follow-up attack. And his follow-up attacks is actually a pretty good follow-up attack at the time that this releases. I believe that it is a 4 HP damage attack. No, it's okay. So it does splash damage, but either or. I mean, it's a 4-hit AOE melee brave attack plus single target HP attack dealt twice, and then whenever you do the follow-up, it is a 3 hits AOE melee brave plus AOE HP attack. So it's nice. It's not a bad option for anybody who's looking for a follow-up character. This Yang is actually not. You'd be surprised how fun it is to have Yang in your party, just because of his LD ability and of course his rework. But I will throw some tickets as well for him. I'm not gonna go gems. He does come back later on, so he has been reprinted once already, and so if anything, if I miss out on him now, I can easily wait until later on. But like he does good amount of damage. He has high attack stats. He does have a good amount, a high HP stat. So I'll throw some tickets for him. But I'll talk about more about him in depth on what some of the other stuff that I actually see in him. So so tickets for him. I will be doing some tickets for him. Next up is gonna be Ignis. Now, they did not talk about him in the community live stream, which is very odd. I don't know why. I will definitely be pulling for him. I will throw some tickets, or I might actually throw some gems at him. The big thing about him, aside from like the support that he does, the healing and stuff like that, because his kit is like a whole bunch of craziness. But with his LD ability, he becomes a fire enchanter / imperiler. So, and I know we are in the stage right now where if you bring anybody that does any type of enchanting, then it's not really going to be helping. But for future proof, himself as a character in your team comps, or even as an LD call, so worth in my opinion. So I will be pulling for him. I missed out on him when he first came out to JP, but then his LD did get reprinted, and I managed to get it. And I was very happy with the results of what he actually offers to team comms or even as an LD call. So he is one that I am considering either tickets or gems, but we'll have to see. We'll see how my luck is for the month of May and how things roll up. But yeah, I'm definitely going to be pulling for him for sure. Next up is going to be Faris. Faris is going to be released with the Transcendence 2 or 2 or 3. I think is it 3? I don't know. The next Transcendence. But yeah, Faris I am definitely pulling for. Her LD ability is very good. It's very, very good. I think she gets a rework. I can't remember if she does or not, but her LD call is very, very much one to not look over, because even as of today, myself included, and a lot of JP players use her LD call pretty frequently because of all of the debuffs, all of the frame debuffs that she offers, and a few other things as well. So I will be throwing gems at her. I definitely want to have her LD, and I want to have the ability to use all of those debuffs and whatnot on future Lufenia fights, because when I did not have her, I was unable to pick her up in JP when she first got released. And I tell you, it was such a struggle not having her LD ability in a lot of Lufenia fights. Even though I still managed to beat the content by other means, it was very tough, and having her LD ability would have been so much easier. So I am definitely going to be pulling for her. I'm going to be throwing gems at her, and hopefully I can get her LD weapon. And then finally, even though he was not mentioned on the community live stream, he is technically going to be released at the end of May, and we're gonna be talking about Golbez. Now, Golbez, he is a big boy. He does big boy damage. He is a darkness imperiler, but he does not enchant, which would have made him so much better if he did that. But yeah, he does a lot of strong damage. Like I mean a lot of strong damage. The nice thing about him is his BT and his BT effect, excuse me. Now his BT effect, basically what it is that he'll give an increase of brave damage limit increase. and then stolen overflow limit gets increased. But the big thing about him is going to be the fact that he freezes the enemy's brave value. So like whatever, even if the enemy tries to like gain brave or whatever, or or attacks you, he basically it's almost like a Setzer a freeze ability, but a little bit better with Golbez's BT effect, and it's actually a pretty convenient one to have, especially with the Alexander Divine Lufenia fight, because that Lufenia fight is toxic. So it would be nice to have Golbez's BT. I am undecided as to what I want to do. I don't know if I want to use gems at it, or maybe consider using some of my BT tokens and just go ahead and tokening his BT. I am still very much unsure, but at the minimum, I would like to have his LD ability, LD weapon, and hopefully in the chase for his LD, I am able to snag his BT weapon. So, but other than that, though, guys, that's pretty much gonna be it. So real quick, some tickets, but probably gonna be skipping gems, tickets or gems, and then tickets or actually no, I'm using gems on you, and then Golbez is of course gonna be, I'm undecided, but I'm for now I'm just going to be saying tickets. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys are gonna be pulling for. So as always, if you do enjoy the video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for future content. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in my next video.